When you interact with someone toxic, who drains energy, twists words, or constantly triggers you, it can feel like walking on eggshells. But here's a deeper truth. Staying calm around them isn't about being passive. It's about protecting yourself, preserving your energy, and responding from strength, not reaction. Your body reacts first. You feel your chest tighten, your heart race, your mind sharpening in fight or flight mode. That stress response isn't just emotional, it's physiological. Over time, it damages your mind and body. In fact, experts warn that unmanaged anger and chronic stress raise the risk of heart and inflammation issues. That's real harm. So the first step isn't confrontation, it's breathing. Literally slowing your breath down, inhaling into your belly, exhaling slowly. That activates your parasympathetic system, the natural calm mode, and brings your heart rate and thoughts back to baseline. Even waiting 30 seconds before responding can shift the tone entirely. Next, notice how you think. Toxic people often stir irrational thoughts, resentment, blame, catastrophizing. But you can shift that. Pause and ask yourself, is this fact or my interpretation? You can challenge your anger before it fuels reaction. A simple mental check flip helps regain clarity. Words and tones matter. Using a neutral voice, measured, steady, not sharp, and giving short, unemotional answers diffuses tension. It robs toxic behavior of impact. When you refuse to mirror drama, the drama fizzles. That's the essence of the gray rock method. Become uninteresting emotionally, and manipulative people often move on to greener pastures. Above all, boundaries are your shield. Define what you won't tolerate: emotional shouting, gossip, guilt trips, and calmly enforce it. Tell the person, this behavior is not okay, and here's what happens if it continues. Do not justify or over-explain. Just be firm and clear. If the toxic person doesn't respect that, start limiting contact. Reduce interactions. Disengage when they test limits. And when possible, physically distance yourself. Giving space gives you power and preserves your well-being. Sometimes you simply observe. If their behavior is irrational, don't try to convert them. Stay emotionally detached. Think of them like a study subject, not a battle. Stay calm, don't argue their skewed logic, and focus on your own equilibrium. It helps to name their tactics: constant complaining, blame, playing victim. When they start, say something like, "I see you're upset. What solution do you propose?" That shifts conversation from drama into responsibility. Keep your support system close. Talk through tough interactions with someone you trust. Shared perspective helps ground anxiety, reveal blind spots, and reinforce that you are not alone. Protect your emotional energy with self-care routines. Rest well, exercise, enjoy hobbies and positive relationships. It builds resilience, so you aren't depleted when toxic behaviors surface. When anger or frustration hits, try distraction tools. Focus your senses on something else. Name 5 things you see, 4 you hear, 3 you touch, 2 you smell, 1 you taste. That work of noticing draws you out of emotional spirals. Cognitive behavioral tools are valuable. Identify your emotional triggers, question automatic thought loops, and reframe negativity into constructive responses. Slowing down under pressure gives your logical brain room to lead. Understand the bigger picture. Toxic people often seek reactions. They feed off chaos. When you refuse to give it, you stop being their target. That shift often changes the dynamic, even if the person never knows why. When circumstances allow, remove them entirely from your life. Some toxic behavior never changes. If boundaries are ignored repeatedly, walk away. No explanation needed. Prioritize your peace. Know too that engaging is optional. You don't have to respond every time they provoke you. Sometimes silence, or a quiet exit, is your strongest reply. Preserve your dignity. Choose your presence wisely. In families or work, Full avoidance isn't always possible. That's when methods like gray rock, boundary enforcement, and scheduled distance become essential. Remain consistent. Let your calm demeanor become your message. Even humor can help if it comes naturally. A light, tactful joke or reframing frustration into a shared laugh releases tension for you and them. It diffuses drama without conceding boundaries. At the end of the day, staying calm isn't weakness, it's control. Emotional maturity isn't about never feeling anger. It's about not being consumed by it. It's about choosing your responses from a place of strength, not reaction. Each breath, each pause, each boundary you hold recalibrates your emotional world and keeps toxic influence from poisoning it. When you breathe deep, when you question your thoughts, when you respond calmly instead of reacting, you protect your peace. You maintain your clarity. You keep your dignity. That's how you stay calm with toxic people, by owning your internal world, refusing their chaos, and choosing calm over conflict. And in that calm, you reclaim your power. So in the end, staying calm around toxic people isn't about letting them win. It's about choosing not to let them control you. It's learning to pause, to breathe, to set firm boundaries without losing your peace. You don't have to match their chaos with chaos. You can stay grounded, clear, and in control of your reactions. That's your real power, not shouting louder, but staying calm when they expect you to break. Because the moment you stop reacting, they stop having power. And that's how you protect your energy, your mind, and your peace.